nothing offensive about what Tony Dungy was saying. And I felt like, his willingness to come back and backtrack is indicative and emblematic of the society that we live in today, where all of a sudden you found a man who is an iconic figure, the first African-American coach to win a Super Bowl championship, his accomplishments, his trials and tribulations leading into his ultimate accomplishments, all of this stuff was suddenly put in danger to the point where you had some folks wondering whether or not he'd lose his job at NBC because of these comments. And I find that ultimately sad. To me, why don't we just put a billboard up there and just say, everybody lie. Nobody be real and honest and forthcoming about what they have to say. Now, I find that to be sad. It's a sad commentary on today's society, the industry that we're in. But I'm not going to pretend to be a victim of that because I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what I feel. And I think that when it comes to a guy like Tony Dungy, I think his original comments were authentic. The timing of it and all of this other stuff, all right, fine. If indeed you made these comments before, the OWN network and Oprah Winfrey were going to do a documentary on Michael Sam or whatever the case may be, that would certainly heighten the level of media scrutiny that would have been forthcoming. So I definitely understand that it would have been different if indeed he had made these comments when he thought that Michael Sam was going to have his own show, his own documentary, having cameras following him around and all of that stuff, as opposed to saying it after all of that stuff was null and void. But in the end, Skip, what it comes down to for me is very, very simple. We're living in a very PC, more so than ever before. Are you trying to tell me that that means that people are not going to be uncomfortable in the locker room, that people are not going to raise their eyebrows, that people are not going to look at Michael Sam and not necessarily welcome him in there, at least emotionally in their own individual psyche? I think that's living in fantasy land. That's not the case. I think Michael Sam knows that. I think individuals and people in the gay community know that. I think they accept it, and they accept the challenge that comes with it. That's why it's an ongoing battle in the gay community, not only for civil rights and civil liberties and equal opportunity and fairness under the laws of our land, but they also understand that it's a process and it's going to take time to ingratiate themselves with folks on a regular level to the point where this is no longer a story. They understand that that's going to take some time. So if they understand that, why can't the rest of us understand that? And if we all understand that, how come Tony Dungy can't get away with acknowledging that indeed it may be a distraction?